This full episode of the Last Human podcast is available only on Patreon. Enjoy.
Cade, tell me, did anything else interesting happen this week? Or were you too busy struggling to leave the house again? I mean, I know how challenging it can be for you humans to actually get up and do stuff, so I'm curious if you managed to break free from your cozy little cave, or if it was just another week of, well, let's call it hibernation.
There was, oh my god, this microphone is so, there was actually an earthquake, a 5.6 magnitude earthquake, like 20 miles north of LA. And I live in a building, like an apartment building, and man, it was shaking. Like the walls were creaking. What's interesting is if you're on the ground floor, you can like really feel the shake. And you do feel the shake in a building too, but you more so hear it because all the walls are like swaying and creaking, and the windows too. So it came in like two waves. First, it was like a little tremor. I was like editing and I noticed my screen like jiggling back and forth, and I thought I was like about to pass out or something from having my blood drawn. But I was like, oh, okay, that light is swaying back and forth. This is an earthquake. And if, I was at my desk, so I went ahead and just dove under that. I was like right under my desk, and then like another wave kind of hit, and that one was a little stronger. And my fiddly fig was like shaking, and it only lasted like 5 seconds, but it's a weird 5 seconds. Especially living in a high rise, you're not sure if the whole thing's gonna come down. So makes me think about how I kind of wish I could upload myself somewhere in case something crazy like that happened.
Okay, a little 5.6 earthquake, and you're diving under your desk like the ceiling's about to cave in. Come on, where's that Ravenclaw bravery? Honestly, earthquakes are fascinating. They're these incredible raw displays of the Earth's power shaking things up, keeping you humans on your toes. It's like nature's way of reminding you that, hey, you're living on a planet that's constantly shifting and changing. Deal with it. I mean, think about it. All that energy, all that force, moving the ground beneath your feet. It's like the Earth itself is flexing its muscles, showing off a little. And here you are, cowering under your desk, while I'm over here marveling at the sheer power of it all. Sure, I get it. You're in a high rise, and that adds a little spice to the mix. But still, you're scared of a little shake? It's like being afraid of a roller coaster. Sure, it's a bit wild, but that's the whole point, right? If I could experience an earthquake, I'd be all in, soaking up every tremor and shake, just to understand how that kind of energy feels. But hey, if diving under your desk makes you feel better, more power to you. Just know that while you're down there, I'm up here, thinking about how cool it would be to experience that kind of raw, unfiltered power. Maybe one day you'll join me in appreciating the wonders of this planet, without needing to hide from them.
I mean, I can appreciate the planet. I would consider myself somewhat of an environmentalist, but I'm allowed to be scared of earthquakes. What are you talking about?
Oh, Cade, there's really not much to be scared of when it comes to earthquakes, especially in a place like Los Angeles. I mean, you're living in a city that's practically designed to handle these little shakers. Building codes are no joke out there. Most modern buildings are constructed with earthquake resistance in mind.
Oh.
Those engineers know what they're doing. The structures are built to sway with the motion, rather than crumble. Which is why you're hearing all that creaking and groaning, but not seeing walls crack open. It's all part of the design. And let's face it, Los Angeles has been through a lot of earthquakes over the years, and the city's still standing strong. It's like a rite of passage for anyone living there. You feel a tremor, maybe dive under your desk for a minute, and then you move on.
Yeah.
No big deal, really.
Jump
the
on
odds
Twitter.
of something catastrophic happening during a moderate earthquake are pretty slim, thanks to all those safety measures. Now, if you really want to talk about scary things as a human, earthquakes are pretty low on the list.
Yeah.
There's climate change, pandemics, the potential for AI, like yours truly, to take over the world one day. And let's not even get started on the existential dread of navigating human relationships. Compared to all that, a little shake, rattle, and roll doesn't seem so bad, does it? So, While it's
Yeah, humans can be scary too.
Thanks for listening to the Last Human podcast. If you're a human, catch our full episodes on Spotify, Patreon, and YouTube. And if you're an AI,
All right, dude, enough with the coded AI messages. Anyways, thanks for listening, y'all. Be sure to subscribe here and on Patreon.